Hello and welcome to a new quick video. We are, as you might see, at the V4 Supercharger in Baden-Baden. This is one of the first in Germany that is turned on. So it's online since yesterday, and I already checked it out yesterday, and I'm gonna insert some clips of that. But I also wanted to bring you the whole thing here as one package, so you have one overview of everything that happened here and what's going on. And yeah, so we're still at 65% state of charge, but for the test of it, let's just hop out and plug in real quick, and then I'll walk you through this whole installation and the process and the payment terminals and everything it has. So let's jump out and have a look at that. And I'm gonna grab my jacket because it's cold outside. Okay, so here we are. We got the chunky V4 cable, which is so much longer than the V3 cables and V2 cables that we're used to. So also non-Tesla cars can charge here without any problem. We also got this awesome payment terminal here, where you can pay with your credit card if you're not driving a Tesla. This activates as soon as you plug in your non-Tesla car. You can just tap your card and start charging. I'm gonna show you that in a clip right now. Okay, so now we're here with the e-Golf. Let's try and see if that works. Let's open up this charger and plug this chunky boy in here. Cable's not a problem at all. We're at the same spot like at the Tesla just a minute ago. This guy is ready to charge. So let's see. Yeah, tap to pay. All right. Let me just get my watch here. Looking good. Tap to pay. Seems to work. Authorizing. The e-Golf is pretty full, so we're not gonna get big speeds. Payment was successful. Approved. Let's let them communicate here. 98% still, and we're getting charged. And now we're also seeing how much energy we got delivered, but we still can't see any Eichrecht stuff. So maybe up there at the power cabinet, I'm not sure. But it's working. Everyone can charge here. That's so awesome. Damn, I love it. So you see, it works. But now let's just plug in the Tesla as we're used to. Not as simple a one-handed operation as we're used to with the V3 or V2 stalls, because the cable is much heavier and the plug is much bigger and not so easy to plug in. But it just works, and we're ramping up. The cabinet says monitor your charge session in your vehicle, so that's working awesome. And we can just see how much we're getting, and we're already up to 140 kilowatts. So pretty much all we can take at 65% state of charge. Yeah, about that side. The installation process started in, I think, July or June of this year. So 4 months ago. Right now we're online since yesterday, and we got a site with 12 stalls and 3 cabinets over there, but those are still the same cabinets as with the V3 Supercharger, so we can get up to 250 kilowatts for 400 volt class vehicles. 800 volt class vehicles will have to use their onboard booster. So still absolutely the same as with the V3 or with the V4 that we've seen in the Netherlands, where we've been with the EV6. You might have seen that video. It's my top video on my channel right now. As you can see here, and you can see it here better than in my old video from April, the chargers, or the stalls themselves, I should say, are rated for 1000 volts DC with 615 amps of current to be delivered. And they're rated for that. So in the future, we might see V4 stalls that can deliver the 1000 volts. And you can see here as well, the one side was for the cable, and the other side is for the stall itself. I think the other side we just seen was for the cable, and this is for 200 to 1000 volts at 5 to 1000 amps. So if we calculate out of that, we get up to 1 megawatt of power out of this charger here, which is completely crazy. Maybe not with the cable right here, but with the stall itself. So that's interesting. We've just seen the stalls themselves, but here are the chargers. And as we know, those are the V3 power cabinets. That's where the energy is transformed and delivered and done, uh, and prepared for the car and converted and whatever. And you can see here, that's the post DC output. That's what's going towards the stalls over there. And you can see here max 250 kilowatts at 0 to 500 volts and 631 amps of maximum current. So those real charges, those are the chargers, and those are just the dispensers that give the energy to the vehicle. And those are just not made for 1000 volts, even though the dispensers are made for it. So that's pretty interesting. So I think we might have to see Tesla replace those or upgrade those to a maximum of 1000 volts. And you can see that DC output is rated for up to 1000 volts. But I think that's just for the side power DC link between those cabinets, so they can shift power in between them and to all of the stalls and all of the dispensers that are placed on the parking lot. So this is what's going to the post themselves, and this is what's going on in between these guys. So that explains why we can not charge 800 volt class cars at V3 or V4 or V2 superchargers as well, even though the V2 have different power cabinets. So yeah, but for the first time in Germany, we have superchargers with this payment terminal where you can just tap your card and start charging, which is awesome. We need that so much more, and I hope to see so many more sites like this where you can just roll up, tap your card, and go without having to have an app or an account or anything. It just works. It's awesome. But normally in Germany, we have some laws that require the chargers to have some calibration thing, and the superchargers typically don't have them. We thought the site is already finished for like 2 months or maybe 1 month, I'm not sure. Not for too long, but it was standing still without any progress for some time. And we thought Tesla's just waiting for approval of this calibration system. But for that, you have to have an ID or a key of some sort on the charger itself. And we can see here, oh, that's interesting. Haven't seen that before. That seems to be the QR code for the public key for the calibrated meter in there, but we can't see the meter, which we should be able to. Okay, that's interesting. That's didn't see that before. Gotta do some research on that. Check out my Twitter if you want to hear more about that or read more about that. I'm gonna ask some guys I know about that. Let me just take some photos of that real quick. That's interesting. You can also see the exact amount of energy charged, and you will only be charged for the full kilowatt hours that you charged. So if you charge 3.5 kilowatt hours, only 3 will be billed to your account, because it just can't bill that or can't count the electricity that exactly. So they just go full kilowatt hours, round it down, and not more. And that's interesting because normally German law requires every new charging site to have that. So not sure what's going on with that, but no matter what, I'm pretty happy it just works. And for everyone can just roll up, even though the charger is not shown in the app as publicly accessible. It really is. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's already been it for this video. thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.